Boom! Let's talk about how to overcome objections. There's a lot of tricks to this, so I'm gonna dive in really quick to this. Literally, you are authority that can trump so many objections right off the bat. If there is urgency and scarcity involved, then there's this cognitive bias called like stress misinfluence bias, and essentially people under stress or whatever are going to make a quicker decision, okay? And people don't want to like wait around for decisions. They want it to be quick, okay? So that trumps objections when you have a scarce and urgent thing, or one or the other, okay? That's a huge, huge thing. If the offer is such a no-brainer, that's going to trump all objections anyway, because it's like, there's no risk here. It's a no-brainer. I'm getting so much value for the price. They're getting taken advantage of because literally I'm getting all this for this crazy price, which is true, okay? And that's what just trumps everything, big time too, in objection handling. Now, a lot of people will just throw out objection counters in sales for like, this price is too high, or I need to talk to my spouse, or they're like, I don't know, type thing, okay? What trumps all objections is they don't trust you and they don't like you yet. That's it. That's it. They know you, but they're not sure if they like you and trust you yet. That's it. It's all trust. And so to counter all those freaking objections, all you got to do is come across as who you are, which is enthusiastic about what you talk about, as sharp as a tack, like Jordan Belfort says. And you need to have stories and a why behind what you do. You need to create connection and emotion. You need to be adaptable to all the personality types or whoever you're talking to if you're doing one-on-one. And then you need to be an expert in what you're doing. Like, you need to be an authority, okay? Or associated to an authority. I have, in the past, I remember, I was selling social media marketing services. I was reaching out to influencers, okay? I associated myself to huge influencers people know. And I was like, I've been mentored by these ones, okay? I was like, I've worked with these ones, okay? Or somehow had input or even talked with these ones type thing, okay? And just by throwing in their names, I got huge response rates, huge feedback rates. I was closing deals, okay? And I didn't want to continue that, so I just kind of gave the business to another like business that's a social media marketing agency. I don't know how they're doing, but I'm sure they're doing great. And how I got so many sales in that scenario is I associated myself to authorities. I was a big authority in that space too, but by associating myself to massive authorities also just helped me crush it. There's this guy called Dan Fleshman, and he basically works with some of the biggest influencers on the planet. He has access basically to reach out to the whole world with the message, essentially, okay? Unlike what the government can do and stuff like that, this is a little different. This guy is a master at networking and a master at freaking like getting influencers and clients and stuff like this. How it works is he could go to a venue, for example, in networking in person. He can go there without knowing anyone. He'll meet someone, okay? And then he'll introduce that person to a new person. He'll meet that new person, and then he's now boom, 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 boom. He knows what people do too. This is a cool thing he said. He's like, I figure out what other people know how to do and all this stuff. And then I make connections and deals on the spot. Okay, he gets a cut for being the middleman of these deals that happen that are multi-million-dollar deals between these people. But how he really does it is like he throws these events for free and stuff or whatever. He's seen as the authority because he's throwing the event. So that actually helps even more. But let's say he goes to an event without knowing anyone and having no authority. He could still do this. But it's way more powerful when you're an authority. That's what I'm saying here, okay? But anyway, objection handling. All objections go aside when you're an authority in what you talked about, when you have a no-brainer offer, and when they literally have urgency and scarcity where they just want to buy, no matter what, okay? And when they're emotionally driven to buy, they're going to buy, okay? Now, the next thing I wanted to mention here that I even wrote down, prepare for the objections beforehand can be very powerful. Just like you can literally look up for each type of objection, and whatever like market you're in or industry you're in and whatever you're selling, you're going to get very common objections. You should write those down and then think of a bunch of counters for them to split test and see what works. I'm telling you, like, you can even do research about that specific and Google it. You could look up objection handling for this phrase or whatever, okay? And you write down that phrase. Next one is lower the risk for them. So if they really, it depends on the market though, and sometimes you don't want to work with certain people, okay, that are very risk averse people. They're more likely to be a very horrible client in that type of industry of working with clients. So, but you can lower the risk in a lot of ways. You can lower the price, you can lower the risk for just having like a refund guarantee or something like that in place, but you need to protect yourself by actually having like a refund policy in place too, where it's like they have to do certain thing in a certain amount of time, or they wouldn't get a refund or whatever if they wanted one. But by over delivering and giving extra value, people don't need that. The point is, people buy and they love what they bought and they feel dopamine, by the way. It feels good to buy. So after they buy, they feel great. And when you over deliver, they feel even better. And that's what it's all about. Let's say you purchased a Ferrari for like a fraction of the cost. That's high value for a low price. That's exactly what we're trying to do here, okay? And that trumps all objections, because it's either they don't trust you or they don't think it's a good deal, okay? So you need to be an authority once again, create connection with them, okay? A lot of people do business with people similar to them, first off. So you need to be adaptable to personality types first. But sometimes people buy from the same like ethnic group, okay? So if you're like an Asian type person, you're going to attract more Asian people. That doesn't mean you're not going to attract other ethnicities. But yeah, and like also age, okay, and gender. That's like similarities, and that you're going to attract that audience by default no matter what. That's just how it works, okay? The other thing is downsell them, okay? Let's see what that says. Forward plans. Okay. Yeah, so literally like price, making it a no-brainer, no risk, and then literally downselling them. So if you name a price and they're like, no, try to do it again and go after it again, but they're going to maybe want to negotiate a little bit. Like they see that as the price, but when you name a price higher than what you even wanted in the first place, that's powerful. So you can say, my price is 20 grand for this. And then they're like, no, I can't do that. And then you're like, okay, 10 grand or something. And then they're like, no. And then you're like, okay, 9 grand. And they're like, okay. Okay. So like you can negotiate high ticket stuff. Like usually objections aren't going to happen in a low ticket offer. Objections really only happen in high ticket sales scenario. Usually on the phone, you're talking with people, or customer service. Okay. Like, or just talking in the DMs back and forth, direct messages. In person is different. You need to be on the ball. But in general, no objections really happen if they know, like, and trust you already. Like, that trumps everything. So just understand that, and that's basically that's basically the lesson right there. Is objection handling is the key, boy. And I know you like this video. Check out the next video, and let's keep going, baby.